Hey everybody, I'm Kimberley Woodhouse and I'm super excited to be back for Tony Shiloh's Wednesday excerpts today. The Heart's Choice. Oh my goodness. Okay. Are you ready for this? This comes out May 16th. Super excited. This is the first book in our Jewels of Kalispell series. So yes, this takes place in Kalispell, Montana. But I'm going to read you a little bit of an excerpt from the prologue from 1890 in Chicago, Illinois, where our heroine, Rebecca, is only 10 years old. A giant float pulled behind 6 horses captured everyone's attention, but it was for the men's club and didn't have any flowers. Rebecca let out a huff. The only ones worth looking at were covered in flowers. While the crowd cheered for the float, she glanced at the alley next to them. Who was moving over there? Oh, it was just a couple men, horsing around, as Papa would say. She turned back, but then a shout pierced her senses. That wasn't a cheer. That sounded like someone in trouble. Where had the shout come from? Oh, if only the crowd would be more quiet. Wait, there, in the alley. She peeked through the gap of arms and shoulders around her and frowned. What was going on, and why didn't anyone else seem to see it? A well-dressed man clung to a black bag and shook his head at a larger man who had his hands on the bag and tugged. The big man punched the smaller man, but the smaller man held on. Another punch. Rebecca tried to cry out, but her voice caught in her throat. The bigger man kept hitting and kicking the smaller man until he fell to his knees. Then with a horrible final blow, the well-dressed man fell over and the big man kicked him one more time. Then he took off with the bag. Tears stung Rebecca's eyes as she tugged at Mama's dress. Someone needed to help the man. But with all the chaos, her mother didn't acknowledge her. With another tug at Mama's dress, she raised her voice. We need to help him. Her mother turned toward her. What's going on? Papa was at her side in an instant. I saw a big man hurt someone in the alley. We need to help him. Show me what you saw, my dear. Papa grabbed her hand and steered her through the crowd. Darting her gaze back to the alley, Rebecca spied another man coming to the fallen man's rescue. She let out a long sigh and tears streamed down her cheeks. Was the man on the ground all right? Before Rebecca and her family could reach the alley, police officers ran in, blowing their whistles. They grabbed the man bending over the fallen man. No, Rebecca shook her head. He's not the bad guy. The terror in the hero's eyes as he was dragged away was enough to make her yank out of Papa's grasp and run forward. He didn't do it. But the policemen didn't listen to her. Hadn't they heard her? She saw what happened. The man on the ground wasn't moving. More policemen moved in, pushing and shoving through the people who now swarmed the scene and seemed to take forever until she finally reached the alley. She pointed. That man didn't do it. But no one listened. They hauled the good man away, while a pool of blood spread under the man on the ground. Hope that you are interested in The Heart's Choice. The Heart's Choice, first book in our Jewels of Kalispell series, coming from Bethany House Publishers, May 16th. Super excited. Thanks so much.